Fred Ngatia had registered a complaint over a case filed by cement manufacturer East Africa Portland Cement. In that case, Ngatia represented the office of the Principal Secretary, Industrialization. The issue at hand was a ruling made by Justice Mutava that disregarded the previous order made by Justice Mohamed Warsame. The board of Portland Cement wanted to do a 1 billion shilling procurement without following the Public Procurement and Disposal Act. Their argument was that Portland Cement was a private company. This was disputed and Portland was declared a public entity, stopping the board from their intended procurement. According to Ngatia, the judge, who all through the proceedings sat pensively, occasionally nodding his head in disagreement with what Ngatia was saying, told the Judicial Service Commission subcommittee that Ngatia and another lawyer stormed into his chambers to demand a reversal of the decision. Ngatia says nothing could be further from the truth.
My Lord, we don't need to threaten a High Court judge with the use of the name minister. These are orders that are issued or not issued on the merit of the case. It is quite out of character for a judge who should be a high priest to profane the altar by such falsehood.
The judge is accused of meeting one of the directors prior to the ruling that favored them.
The conduct of judges without looking at the output of judges. And the output of judges is not dressing, it is rulings and judgments.
Ngatia describes the judge as a liar. He, however, says he never registered a complaint against him, instead opted to fight the erratic ruling in court. Mutava's lawyer Philip Nyachoti, however, took Ngatia to task to explain why he did not follow the laid-down procedure if he felt the judge erred in his ruling.
Is there any additional issues or evidence regarding the judge's conduct in that matter, other than what you gave before the Judicial Service Commission?
In my order of ethical values, a judge ought to look towards truth as the pillar or his benchmark.
Nyachoti also wanted Ngatia to explain the relations between his complaint and the mandate of the tribunal. At the end of it, Fred Ngatia asked for an apology from the judge for what he termed as untrue things that were said about him, but that was not forthcoming. In fact, Ngatia says he was not even supposed to come to the tribunal, but owing to those untrue things that were brought to his attention by the assisting counsel, he had to come. At one point, he even wrote a letter withdrawing his complaints, but when he learned of those things that he termed as untrue, he had to appear before the tribunal to give his side of the story. Ken Mijungu, NTV.